viewers, you're welcome to another episode of The Home We Built. We would like to use this opportunity to thank all our viewers who have sent in their questions and their comments. Today, we have another interesting question to address. So the first question we have here reads thus. I listened to a Christian radio channel this morning, and a man of God narrated a sad story of him beating his father because his old man of late 80 assaulted his mother of late 70 in the presence of the grandchildren. He thought his father had changed from assaulting his mother since they were old. He regretted his act and feared that this could be a generational curse. I live in Canada and would like to invite my parents to spend a few months with us. My parents also have a toxic relationship, and I would not want them to display this type of insensitive behavior and assault in the presence of my family, especially their grandchildren. What should I do? Dr. Wujori.
Okay, I think this is a very interesting question, and the person who is asking this, learning from what happened in the radio show that he listened to, is already afraid that his own parents might also do the same when they come to Canada. So what I like to say is that while it's good and important for parents to for children to honor their parents, part of honoring them is, we are in Canada and you think, okay, I can bring them, at least let them have the joy of seeing their grandchildren. That's good.
That's right.
However, in this situation, the man is afraid that if he brings the parents and they are probably fighting, the man is, hurting the wife. That's not a good sign for the children, the grandchildren.
Yes.
And that can create a traumatic experience for them.
Agreed.
So while it's important, while it's good to honor the parents, I think it's more important to preserve, the growing up, the experience that the children have. So he needs to think about the children. He probably has a very good relationship with his wife. I'm thinking so based on what he has written, and probably has never laid hand on his wife. But bringing the parents and the children are saying this, I don't think it's a good thing. So I think he needs to think more about his family, his relationship with his wife and his children. What would he see? If this happens, it's going to be traumatic for the children.
That's right. I definitely agree with you, Dr. Wujori. I'll pass the baton to Mrs. Akintade.
Yeah, I quite agree with what you said, and that is a good thing for the person to invite the family over here to Canada. But another thing, before you take that step, there's need for you to confirm. You can investigate around to know the relationship, whether the state of mind of both of them, have they changed, or are they still having toxic relationship, and also to let them know if eventually she or he agreed that there's need for her to bring the parents. He needs to let these parents know what they are going to face here. That it's not a liberty country whereby you can do something and go scot-free. They should know the repercussion of what their action. If eventually she brings them and they had any gang up or they start beating themselves, they should know the implication. And another suggestion I will say is that if you made up your mind that you want to invite them, there's a need for me to invite them, to pay them for whatever things that they have done for you in the past, you can get a separate house for them. You can rent Airbnb for them, whereby that is where, as they are coming, they will stay there. Probably when they can come around to come and visit you, or you go there to go and visit them. And still, you still need to enlighten them that in this place, if your neighbor should hear you,
that's true.
If your neighbor should hear any fight or screaming or shouting on each other, he will not take your permission before he will call police.
So
you should know the implication of your
What
action,
you're doing.
what you are doing. This place is quite different. Nobody knows. Maybe by the time they come here, they see how these things are done. That no, they don't just abuse each other anyhow. So they will be able to sit down and think about their relationship.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Kintadi. I definitely concur with both of you. And the other thing that I will add is, for this individual who has sent in this question, ensure that you protect your home. Protect your home, protect your children, set them as priority. That your number one priority is your home, the sanity of your children, the sanity of your spouse, and including your own sanity. So whatever you need to do in this situation, remember, be sure that it is to the benefit of your family, your immediate family first. So don't do anything that will be detrimental to your children or to your spouse or to your marriage as a whole. And we hope you'll be able to find a balance, where you're honoring your parents, but at the same time you're protecting your home.
On a lighter note, based on what you said, think of this scenario in which grandpa and grandma comes here because they've been invited by their son, and they got here and they are still continuing with this level of abuse, the man beating the wife, and the neighbor heard about it, called the police, and then the police came over and then they saw the man probably with lacerations on the body of the wife, and the man was sleeping in cell. For sure, in Canada.
That is a scary one. That's a scary one.
And really that may help the grandpa to
take
responsibility, to know that this doesn't make sense.
I hope he doesn't get that. but the scenario you just painted is can be true. That's the way it works here. You don't even have to know the neighbor. You don't have to know them. Anyone can just call. And
you have to take responsibility for whatever
you do.
Your acts.
The choices we make, right? And because we are in a country that laws will be enforced. So it's the don't abuse. You cannot abuse anyone. And if you do that and it gets into the law enforcement, that you're gonna get yourself on some jail time. So I hope it doesn't get there for grandpa and grandma as they come over. If this contributor sure wants to go ahead and bring their parent, I hope they'll be able to try to put aside their differences or their way of living from back home and just enjoy. Grandpa, grandma, just enjoy your grandchildren, enjoy the moment, enjoy the beauty that your children have brought you here to enjoy. And I hope all goes well for them.
Yeah.